Hello everyone and welcome to the 9th episode of the Mysterium Podcast. I'm joined by Dewan today, and today is the day I'm finally moving out of London. So, nice. It's early in the morning. Well, this is going to be like a special one. I'm going to put this out just on the Tuesday as I leave. Because I'm going to leave in like 4 hours. So by the time I get back, edit it, all that kind of stuff. But I just thought we'd kind of recap on since we've been here, since I've come, because October, I got the job about September.
What year was it? 2016.
And then, because remember, we went to graduation as well.
Right, yeah.
In November.
That's right. Was it November 24th? Something.
I can't remember. It was freezing and
yeah.
cold.
It was cold, yeah.
Anyway, so I just thought we'd do a recap of all the things we did in London. Because so many things, especially in 2017, I thought we would talk about, it's the first time it's the Port Robinson concert. Because I think that's the first. Fantastic, yeah. Is that the first thing we did?
It wasn't the first thing, but it was the first concert we went to go.
Yeah. I think is that the first concert you've ever been to?
Not really. I can't remember. But with you, it was the first time, yeah. We went to Port Robinson, yeah.
Yeah, I think
Fantastic.
I used to go to a lot of concerts, but they're all based in Birmingham. I don't know, I just never did. Oh no, it's just one thing or another.
Yeah,
I invited you, and then something happened, and then...
That's right.
Yeah, it must have been... So that was the first concert we went to.
We went to, remember in Coventry?
Zane Lowe.
Oh
yeah, that was amazing. That was first time. I remember we took our housemate at the time with as well. You really did enjoy it. But I thought it was amazing. I thought
it was fantastic. And the whole mixes, the drops.
The way he mixed was and I didn't know how to mix at the time, but even then it was incredible. And what he did, and I thought, because it was the headlining Freshers Friday night or something. Right, yeah. I was like, we got to get there early. We need to beat, because we went paintballing as well. Do you remember?
Yeah, we went paintball. Was it the few nights before? Or was it
the
same week?
So I was injured.
Yeah.
I don't know about you. I was injured.
I only had like a bit of paint on my finger. That was it.
Yeah, because you covered
up.
I was
just running around trying to hide behind as much tools as possible. But I ran out of bullets most of the time. So
did you?
Yeah, so I had to put my hand up. Yeah, I'm out.
Get shot in the hand.
Yeah, exactly. That was good times, actually.
Yeah, that was a good... But then I wanted to go out. I was like, look, regardless, if we don't do anything else, let us do the Friday night.
That's right.
Got there and it was like, remember there was like 4 people in the queue. I was like, this can't be right.
Yeah.
This can't be right. And nobody was inside.
That's
but
right, yeah.
we filled out by the time we were there. Yeah,
well, at least we got the front row as well.
Yeah. I always try and go front row because it's just the best experience because nobody's bothering you. And where we were in like Port Robinson, it was people started. Remember back to Port Robinson, people started a friggin' mosh pit. Do you remember?
Was it? Yeah.
For Shelter, which is the most it's like a lullaby almost. Do you know what I mean? With the chords
it's one
they
of their
use.
Well-known songs. They're popular ones. Yeah,
but it's quite because of the chords they play and stuff. It's quite. You could sing that to your child.
That's right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's very simple, and that's the C major scale they use. So I was like, okay, cool. But people started doing mosh pit in it.
Mosh pit, yeah, exactly.
And I was like,
makes sense.
I think you were probably like, what the hell is going on?
Everybody's just moving forward and back, like, what is going on here, man?
Yeah, because it was so stupid. But I just thought it was so funny at the same time. Well, anyway, after that was a brilliant concert.
Yeah.
I remember you came here first.
That's right.
Then we went over just down the road to Kentish Town.
Kentish Town, yeah, that was right. I mean,
Where
you could say that mosh pit was similar to having an experience of a Mexico wave in a football stadium. So
what do you mean?
So you have that experience. The Mexico waves usually happens when the football match isn't so entertaining. So they're trying to entertain themselves.
It's the first song.
Yeah,
it's
no,
like
it
saying
is
the
2
minutes
song,
of
but
kickoff.
it's just
It's like, what do you expect?
That's true. Yeah. But I mean, it was nice to have that experience as well, I guess.
Well, it was only for like 5 minutes. I was like, what kind of concert is this? And then afterwards it was incredible.
Yeah.
The visuals, the production, the way they played the dubstep on drums.
That's right.
The visuals were insane.
What was that song that they were playing? The
Pop Culture.
Yeah, the Pop Culture. That was it.
Pop Culture was great. That's what got him famous. Port Robinson. Sorry, Madian.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
But that tour... What's awesome about that tour is that'll never happen. That maybe never happen again because Paul Trops has gone on his own thing to do Virtual Self, which is another amazing project. But it's more to do with like Japanese dance music, like his own style of dance music there. And Madian is he's going to release some album maybe this year or next year, but his album's going to be amazing. But
can't wait for
at
that
time, their artist styles came together. So now Virtual Self has gone off on one. So Porter Robertson's got this album called Virtual Self. He's gone off on one way, and Madian's not doing what he wants on the other side.
They're all taking a diverse route, basically.
Yeah. They're all just changing, which is fine and fair enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, so again, and do you know where they second headlined Coachella?
With
that tour.
Yeah.
So it was a big deal. So I was surprised, but they sold out that venue. And I remember hearing some guy came from Loughborough down to London for that night just to see that concert.
Just to see Coachella and Porter Robertson and Madian.
So yeah, that was one thing. What else did we do? We did Liverpool, Leicester.
Yeah, that's it.
That was much? Was
there anything to drive all the way there, man? And we managed to get to the match just before half time. It was like
Well, that was it. So yeah, basically the story was, so it was a EFL Cup game or Carabao Cup or
Carabao Cup. It's on September 19th, I think. 2017.
Damn, you remember that detail?
Yeah, just about.
Did you take the clapper from that day?
Yeah, I still got the clapper.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So we set off from here about 3, thinking we're going to have enough time to get there, because the match is at like 7:45. So and it should take an hour and a half to get there. Right. I can show you around a bit of Leicester, have some nice food, some nice local food, like proper nice. I took Marco to the place I was going to take you, and it was so funny because I don't know if it's like with Kurdish food, but with Indian food, the worse the customer service, the better the food.
I guess so.
Like they looked at us and Marco's going, this guy keeps ignoring me. I was like, don't worry, I'll get him. And you've got to literally grab him. This is what I want. He goes, okay, that's fine. And then we goes the food. Yeah, it was brilliant. Anyway, so the plan was to go there, have some food, relax. Go to ours, and then kind of walk down to the ground and
have a tour basically of Leicester,
and have a little walk down to the ground from where I live, because you can walk down and kind of you follow the people, and it's a really good experience because you meet more people on the way and you feel the atmosphere build, and everybody's really excited, especially for a big team like Liverpool. And I remember doing that for the Atletico game. The atmosphere, even when I was in, you felt the oh my God, the tension in the air was incredible, because nobody had ever experienced anything like that. So yeah, anyway, turns out there was a bomb threat, and I used bomb threat very loosely. I was trying to do the air quotes in the air, but because somebody it was
just crazy though. At the same time,
it was 2017. So the London terror attacks have happened. Manchester had happened. Everybody was on high alert in the UK.
Exactly.
So somebody had left a bin bag at the bottom of a bridge, and they thought it was a bomb threat. So they closed off the entire M1, which is the main motorway leading from London all the way up, basically the centre, the spine of the UK. Sorry, the spine of England. I don't know where it ends, to be honest. So they closed that. So all the traffic that's going has to be diverted. So we're going down these tiny A roads, and I think for the first 2-3 hours we were just getting a bit tired. But towards the last 2, I was like, I'm just tired now. I'm just dead.
Yeah.
It was so annoying.
Having to drive back straight after the match as well. Just
Well, it wasn't straight after the match, but we got there 5 hours.
And instead of having the restaurant food that you expect, we went to Subway instead.
Afterwards.
After the match.
But even then, my mum, when we got there, I loaded us up with snacks. My mum, typical Asian woman, it's awesome. Have some snacks, have some water, go. Because we got a lift in with my dad.
That's right, yeah.
Because and you probably didn't see much because it was pitch black anyway.
It was dark, yeah.
So luckily that my other 2 friends, they bought their tickets, because I was planning to buy all 6 and then print them out. But just because, I can't remember why, they said, we're going to order our own tickets separately. Luckily they did, because otherwise they would have been waiting out the crowd going, what the hell, I can't get in.
Yeah. And me and my brother had our Liverpool shirts on. The security guard was like, can you please zip up your jackets?
In the Asian, less stage, bruv, don't do that.
Yeah, don't do
zip
that.
Zip it up. Fair enough. I don't think anything would have happened to you.
No,
I think you would have got a couple of boos, As long as you don't start kicking off and being like, we're the best. People then will go, shut up, you idiot. Sit down.
Exactly. Yeah.
You'll get.
There were some Liverpool fans near us as well.
Of course, you can. It's a huge club.
Yeah,
so there's going to be wherever you go in the world, there'll be somebody that knows / supports Liverpool.
Yeah.
So you've got that. Yeah. It was funny when I went travelling, the amount of time that people go, oh, Leicester, because I'd wear my Leicester tops. Most people had no idea who the fuck's Top Tiles on the top of the shirt. And
especially with the Walker's symbol. Oh, you guys
support the Chris. I used to have that top when I was like 13.
Oh, right, yeah.
It doesn't fit me now.
Oh, God, yeah.
So, yeah, we went to the match, and I think we missed maybe 15 minutes. That was not too bad. We had good seats. We were in the L block. So we were seeing it like almost like a FIFA game.
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah.
Like with the match going across.
I think it was Alan Smith commentating just behind us.
Yeah, I remember you pointing him out, but I can't remember his name. It was definitely Alan Smith,
but I'm not sure who was next to. I couldn't point out the other co-commentator.
Who's that for? Sky Sports?
I think it was Sky Sports, yeah. They were showing the match live, and they were doing the commentating.
Oh, yeah, because it was on television as well.
Right, yeah.
Ah, cool. So we could have, you see the people that being ignorant on TV, going, hello. We could have been that.
Yeah, that's right.
And then, luckily the traffic was on the way back. They realised that there was no bomb, and they opened up the road.
Opened it up, yeah.
But imagine we'd have to do another 5 hours getting back.
Just getting back, especially in the night time when there's less cars apparently. So,
but it's not the cars; it was the diversion.
It was just a diversion, exactly. Taking another route.
But it was what do you think of that experience of the Leicester ground and seeing Liverpool again?
Nice. Well, seeing Liverpool playing crap.
Leicester weren't great either. It was probably the worst match of football I've ever seen.
We still saw a fantastic finish that we probably won't see again with his name on it, Slimani.
Yeah, he's gone. Yeah, he's on loan to Besiktas at the moment.
Yeah.
But
I don't think he will score goals like that again.
Yeah, it was a great goal, but I only do you know what? It's funny. I appreciate it more when I watched it on the replay than I did actually in the ground. You know, in the ground, you sometimes. Like, it's the best experience because you get to feel the energy of the crowd and everybody's up or when we were there, the whole ground was flat because you were playing crap. We were playing crap. Half the players had never played before.
Yeah.
So it was all a bit disjointed.
But I mean, it was a good experience. At least, the Leicester fans with the clappers as well.
Yeah.
Singing their song.
It's so funny when sometimes they score, people just throw them. Typical English way, throw them, and you're there going, but
God, yeah.
No. But I guess if they go to every season, they don't collect. I've got so many clappers. I've took them home and I've remembered them, but at the same time, I'm just there going, this is too big. I gave one to one of my friends actually, my manager at work at the time. I gave him one, and he was he was so happy, but at the same time, he was very like, I'm not going to say anything. So I left it on the table and he goes, oh yeah, man, thanks. And he just took it home afterwards.
That's right, yeah.
So I was like, okay, that's my memory. But yeah, what else did we? There was loads of things we did. We did SW4.
SW4, yeah.
That was
in
awesome.
August time. So that was fantastic.
Who was the highlights for you then in SW4?
Well, I mean, surprising. I mean, Pendulum, unsurprising, obviously, was fantastic. Mm-hmm. The whole atmosphere, even Marshmallow. I was a bit, surprised by that. I thought he was fantastic. And then there were so many fans that were saying that they came from America and Chile and stuff just to come and see Pendulum. I was like, wow. These guys are big.
I didn't realise, because I know how big they are in the UK. Because that's what London is where. So they're Australian initially, but they Pendulum started and grew. All of the people are from Australia, but in the UK, in London is where they came big. They performed and everything. This is the home of Pendulum, not the home of the people of Pendulum.
That's right. Yeah.
So that's why I said, it's good to be home. But yeah, people would come all over the world, and they attracted an audience from metal, from rock, from dance, from a load of different and the place was packed.
Yeah, it was
so packed. Huge, yeah. Like I went this year to Chasing Status, Marshmallow, Rudimental. I've went to. No way, that was the most packed I've ever seen it. Yeah, completely packed out.
Because even from the start of the day we were there, just about from the afternoon we were there, and it was quiet, wasn't it? especially the main stage.
It wasn't
Tiny Temper kind of started it off basically.
Yeah.
He was really good. I thought he was really good because the people were all quiet and he started them off, and the people doing that sort of movement. What was it? What do you call it? The left and right.
Yeah, I don't know what you call it. Left and right.
It's just a weird thing, but it kind of keeps the people going though.
It depends because the UK crowds aren't really into it.
Yeah.
It's not our thing. Mostly because they're too drunk and on drugs, they're going to fall over. But it's not it's a very European thing. There's an event called DEF CON. It's the biggest hardstyle event in the world, and I'll show you the video. It's incredible. Yeah. The whole crowd, just one arm, because that's just their scene. Yeah. It's amazing. But here, it's not them kind of people.
That's right.
But yeah, it was that was a good time. That was your first festival, right?
Was it? I think so. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
And then we did "Don't Let Daddy Know."
Don't Let Daddy Know. Yeah, that was
which
really
is good. It sounds. I hate.
It's
just
the name.
Hate that
name. Crap name.
It was
It was really a good event.
It was.
It was really good.
It was really, really good, and the amount of people that were, the quality of people that were, and the quality of the acts that came.
Yeah. Don Diablo was really good. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, he was okay, to be honest. Yeah. But he was better when I saw him this time. Steve Angelo was amazing.
Steve Angelo,
I would have loved for a Knife Party to have been there.
Yeah.
Again. But
fortunately they couldn't make it. Yeah.
Every time I just missed them by a day or two. And when I was at SW
live, haven't you?
That's the thing. I saw them on there, the Crow tour, but they were performing with there was 3 of us that were at SW4 2016, and so I wanted to stay for Knife Party. I didn't care about Rudimental, but I wanted to go see them for a bit, maybe see Feel the Love and a couple of their other songs, and then go back to Knife Party because I wanted to be there. So there's my friend and my friend's friend, so I've only met her for the first time. She goes, "I want to see Rudimental." I went, "Can I just stay for this song?" Because it was it was going to come up to Internet Friends, and I was like, you could tell Internet Friends is coming. So, because the way they play the intro, I was like, "Can I just stay for one more song and then we can go?" Because at the end of the day, if you lose somebody at a festival, there's no signal.
That's it. You're
not going to find them
that's
again.
It, exactly.
Even
so
with
stay together.
Yeah. So she went off. She goes, "I don't like this song," and I'm there going, "Fine." We head back to Rudimental. So we head back to Knife Party. So I go back in. So we're kind of half in the stage, half.
So you can hear just partially.
And Knife Party finished half an hour before Pendulum Rudimental did. So we did our set, they did their set, so I've got to see them, but I wanted to see a full set from start to finish. Their lights and everything were amazing though. For the Crow they did. But I don't know if we'll see.
Maybe next time there'll be a show, hopefully an event where they headline as well. So
I don't think they'll ever headline. They're not big enough, because they did it last weekend as well. Last year, 2017, they were there, but they were on before Deadmau5, because Deadmau5 was headlining.
Yeah, Deadmau5,
So
we kind of missed him because he was on the other day, wasn't he? Deadmau5.
Was he?
Deadmau5.
Oh yeah. But I just, for me, Pendulum. I've been.
Obviously the
as soon as I found out it was Pendulum, I probably annoyed you to hell, don't I?
Not really, because I was up for that as well.
Yeah, but as soon as I found Pendulum, I was like, book. Because that was their first time in the UK since I think 2010 or something.
That was fantastic.
They're unbelievable. They're one of my idols when I'm learning, because I'm producing. That's one of the way they use the keyboards and the guitars and that rock, because that's what I first started listening to, and fused with the drum and bass and that quickness. There's a song called Self v Self, which I actually got one of my friends into Pendulum just because of that song. He was a strict metalhead. He goes, "I don't listen to anything else. I don't like it." So I introduced this song, and it's got this guy called In Flames who's from metal. Right, so he goes, "Okay, I'll give it a go." So slowly I've been introducing him to different kinds of music, and some things he didn't like. I was like, cool. But he's from half. So his dad or his mum is from South America,
right?
So I got him into reggaeton, and he goes, "I love this music." I know, really, you're a big metalhead with loads of tattoos and stuff. But yeah, I wanted to make sure. Yeah, he was, and there's a guy called Temanite, which one of my favorite growing up as well. He's beautiful music that I introduced him to, and he fell in love with System Overload and a couple of other songs, which is really, really cool. But because he plays, he has influences from rock as well. So he has guitar solos and keyboard solos and saxophone solos within there. But yeah, going way off track now. What else? What else did you enjoy? What else did we do in 2017? Oh, Don't Let Daddy Know.
Don't Let Daddy Know. Yeah,
those visuals were off the chain.
They were fantastic. Yeah.
I don't know how many screens or anything, but they were. Yeah, they were something.
Crazy. Even the bass and the whole, the speakers were just really loud and really well built. Yeah, but there was some weird people they had this front stage.
That was VIP
area, which was only about 20 people, and people were just jumping over it just to
get. Yeah. And the security would come around going, "Where's your wristband?" Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that.
I dropped it. So,
I don't know if the lineup this year. Did I tell you that Don Diablo is headlining? And
he's headlining, right?
Yeah, there's Dubs and Headhunters. And I was like, this is not as good. That's before it would have been Knife Party and Steve Angelo. That's such a good lineup.
Fantastic. Yeah.
That's why we initially booked.
Yeah.
Oh, Knife Party can't make it. I went again.
Yeah.
I won't be able to see them.
Yeah. They did it. Just what was the night before, wasn't it? Or on the day? I can't remember.
Literally, it was the night before. So we were just constantly looking, going, okay, who can they get in replacement?
Yeah.
But honestly, after listening to Don Diablo, he wasn't bad, but the way they do it is like a whole stage, and they have all the songs and everything prepared. Like Steve Angelo, there was all the lights, all the sounds, all the visuals were all ready.
Yeah.
So when Don Diablo came in, the visuals weren't ready for him, so they just put generic visuals up, and it didn't quite work compared to the other acts where they had specific sounds and stuff. Like the DJing, they had the visuals and the smoke and the fire. But again, the smoke the fire, the fireworks. Yeah. What else was there? The screens.
There was a bit of flares, I think.
It was everything.
Everything, yeah. It was fantastic. And then who else? There was someone else, wasn't it? Acting. I'm trying to remember who.
Rehab, Blaster
Rehab
Jacks.
And Blaster Jacks. That was it. Blaster Jacks was
Layback
fantastic.
Luke was there as well, so it was a big
really
lineup.
Good. Exactly, compared to what you just mentioned.
Also, I think that was October as well.
That was October, yeah.
So, and that also I remember that's the day that I told you about the podcast. Do you remember?
That was right, yeah.
And then a year later, we're finally doing episode 9.
Yeah.
Because
just it was the evening before we were talking to our friend.
Yeah,
and we're just talking, and we've worked.
I'll be able to get him on the podcast now that I'm moving up to London.
That's right.
Moving out
to Coventry. Yeah.
Let's hope. I've not told him yet, because you know how he's like, and he'll respond 3 days later. I might as well tell him when I'm there. I'm still in London now. But I'll tell him, when I'm down, and so a couple of my other friends that are in Coventry from university, I'll go and pop in there and have dinner and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
And then claim it back because I get a allowance for evening meal.
Yeah, that's true. Yes.
It's on me. There we go. But yeah. Anyway, so I'll be able to. That was when we had the phone call for like genuinely 4 or 5 hours.
It was weird. Yeah, it was really long because we were just having a conversation about the past and just about new things and
the same way that we talk about now.
Yeah, exactly.
Because with me, Duan, I think we talked about this episode when we were on last time. We talk about everything.
Yeah, exactly.
There's 3 religion, whatever,
everything. Yeah,
and religion, like politics, and it's just nice to have that open. And I was thinking, well, why can't we share this conversation?
Yeah.
But maybe this podcast is getting to me. There's definitely times where I have conversations with people. I was like, do you want to stick this on the podcast?
Yeah, exactly.
Genuinely, me going, oh man, you're wasting. We might as well do this on podcast so I can make some. I can immortalize this conversation.
Yeah. And then people listening and have their opinions and views as well to share.
Yeah, and it's a nice way to get out there because my plan is to put this up today, and then Thursday. I do another one after I finally move back to Leicester and just kind of go over the last week.
Yeah.
So that should be good.
Experience.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that and unpack because everything is packed up at the moment.
Well, what about your views of London? I mean, talk about that for us.
I think we've talked about this a lot, but I've talked.
No, but I mean, like your summary so far and the experience.
So I've been here 2 years, basically from October. I moved into this place October 10th, and it's October 1st today. So about 2 years to the day, and it was. I've loved it. There's some parts that really frustrate me, like just generally with the amount of pollution, with the busyness of people, the fact that
the cats just running around,
the foxes, they just walk past you on the street. Like, what's up, man? Like, oh, you shouldn't be saying that. They're like, hey, what's going on? They just walk out. And on there going,
and sometimes you can hear them creaking. Like, what is going on?
When they're howling and stuff.
Howling and stuff. Like,
creaking like a door.
No, but you can hear, but that's how they sound like. Like, it's like some door creaking. That's how they sound, but very loud.
Really?
At night, And sometimes I've heard... I'm still confused. Like, I think it's a baby crying. Like, what the hell's going on? Especially like 3 a.m. at night. I'm trying to go soon. I hear this thing just like, it's really annoying. Like, Jesus Christ, when is this gonna stop?
No, but there's loads of things about London that... But do you know what? After being here for 2 years, and again, all these things we've done, I've gone out... You probably know the amount of times I've gone out, and because there was so many concerts that I've wanted to see, and artists that I wanted to see, that I've gone and seen.
Yeah, you gone and see.
That I can't even name the amount of like people that I've seen with... that are internet. Porge Robinson and Madian being two of them.
But remember we went to Jimmy Carr as well?
Jimmy Carr? Yeah, we did Jimmy Carr, so that was my... That was all right.
That was really good, actually.
I enjoyed it, yeah. But because I've got
some of the
mind,
jokes we already knew.
I could tell the jokes he was going to say before he said the punchline. Yeah. But that's just the way my brain works. I'm naturally that guy that, as he's saying it, I'm thinking about the words that he's using and what he can flip.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Which is not...
Because we've already listened to some of his jokes before as well, so he kind of repeated them.
Yeah.
But it was still funny. I mean, even
it was good.
We're laughing in a crowd. Yeah, you kind of
you laugh along with other people.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's such a like a primal thing. You just start laughing with other people, and you feel so good afterwards.
Yeah.
I've done so many venues as well. I've done obviously the Brixton. I've done Electric Brixton. I've done the O2. I've done Hammersmith Apollo, which I've just saw on the television with Live at the Apollo. Yeah. Now I got to see it in person. I was like, oh, cool. Because I saw Russell Brand there with with one of my friends. I really want to say their names, but again, it's there. I don't want, if they don't want to be put out there, I don't want to put them out there. That's right. You know? Yeah. Obviously, since
you were on, was it Russell Howard at O2?
Oh no, that was years ago. That was when I was in Leicester. I was in Birmingham.
Ah, right, because there was someone at O2 that you got to see, one of the comedians.
John Bishop,
yeah.
Yeah, so that was good fun. Who else was there? I did so many venues. The only ones I didn't do that I was hoping to do was Wembley.
Yeah.
That would have been...
I mean, you can still go for that.
But still, tickets are so expensive.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, because I mean, I've watched only 3 games then, but all 3 have been really pricey, to be honest. The cheapest I paid was the Liverpool versus Barcelona one.
How much was that?
I think I paid for me, my brother, my sister. That was 150. I mean, it is a lot, but that's
a once in a lifetime experience as well.
Well, yeah, but then bear in mind it is Wembley, and when I went to the Champions League final, it cost me just for myself 179, I think it was.
No way.
Yeah.
But you've got to see the Champions League final.
Yeah, I got to see the Champions League final, exactly. But it wasn't, teams that I would support. But
Jesus, who was playing in the Champions League?
It was Barcelona versus Manchester United.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I was obviously supporting Barcelona, so yeah. But yeah, I mean, it was really nice experience.
Okay.
I would say it was probably the best Barcelona team you could ever see. Yeah, I mean, it was Messi at their prime, Iniesta, Xavi playing. Then you had Piqué, and I think it was Puyol as well, obviously. So yeah, it was.
No Ramos.
No, it was he's Real Madrid, isn't it?
Oh man, it's like 9 a.m. My brain is gone.
You're looking for Spanish players rather than the actual club players. Yeah.
Make the most rookie mistake.
But we got to see.
That's like saying Vincent Kompany plays for Manchester United.
But Ryan Giggs was playing.
No way.
Sir Alex Ferguson was obviously manager.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, so
Rooney?
Wayne Rooney, he scored the
Ronaldo
equalizer.
had left by then.
Yeah, I think he left. Yeah, I couldn't remember seeing him.
But that would have been a top quality final.
It was still quality. It was still. I mean, half time was 1-1, and then
£179 though is a lot of money.
Yeah, it is a lot.
You could get a decent holiday for 4 days.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean? For 4 days, you could get flights, You get a weekend away for 179 for 2 people. I can imagine, like somewhere in Europe.
Yeah, you could definitely, even if it's just for 3 nights. This is just for like 2 hours experience.
Mm-hmm. So would you go to the World Cup?
World Cup? No, not now, unless it's in Wembley. Just like the Euros final.
Yes.
I'm looking for the Euros final. If I could get some tickets,
because World Cup in Qatar, I'm just against.
Yeah.
Just there's so many things and so much corruption,
yeah.
And there's part of me that's like, forget all the corruption, but it's just, it will be interesting because like in Russia, like you're still allowed to. Qatar, I think you're allowed to drink, but they're very.
I think Russia. I can't remember, but I think there was
everything.
They ran out of alcohol or something like that. They were saying a few days.
Yeah, but the Russian they drink vodka and stuff like that. Obviously, in Russia and Saudi Arabia are literally opposites.
Yeah, that's right.
Literally opposites. So it'll be very.
It will be interesting, isn't it, to see how people would take drinks?
Yeah, for sure. Because people, especially English fans, they all get drunk.
Yeah.
Is that stereotype? Well, we've seen it happen so many times on the news and all that kind of stuff. But I'm just against Qatar hosting the World Cup. Just really against it. Especially since the amount of people that are dying over there as well.
Especially those workers. They take their passports and stuff.
Yeah. I forgot.
All these documentaries.
There's an Arabic word for it. They have it. I can't remember. There's an exact word where they said... Basically, they're not a slave, but they're a servant until they. So people have died on the sites because they're working in 50-degree weathers, manual labor, no aircon or anything, and it's horrible. But again, if you come from a poor community, like a really poor community, this is your opportunity to send the money back and like help your family out.
Yeah.
So again, we've got to be privileged. We don't come from that life a little bit as well.
That's right. Exactly.
What else did we do? 2017. I think we did a lot though.
We went to Swansea.
It feels like Swansea. Yeah. That was
the rainy
destination. My God.
It would rain for about 10 minutes and then stop, and then 5 minutes goes grey and then starts over again. Like, you needed the umbrella
and
for
we're
the
complaining
whole few nights that we were there.
Yeah, and we're complaining. We're from England.
Yeah.
It's even more rainy in Wales. Yeah. They probably come here and it's like us going Spain.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. They're going, what?
That's crazy, yeah.
That was a good time though.
That was
enjoyed
really good,
itself. It was amazing. Even from, do you remember like people were being sick at like 6 o'clock on a Sunday evening?
That's right, yeah.
And you're there going, it's Sunday evening, exactly. You're not going out. But what is going on here? That was...
Yeah, it was just a funny experience.
It was a good experience. Yeah. Would you go again?
I wouldn't say. I mean, Swansea's done. Well, once going there once is enough.
Yeah.
Probably go Cardiff. I've been Cardiff once as well, but probably go Cardiff once. But then
was that for the Champions League?
No, nothing to do with football. It was just a family there. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was years ago. Really long ago. Yeah. So
that would have been a hell of a drive.
I was probably about 6 or 7 at the time when I last went there, but we went by train.
Oh, okay. Same train probably that we got.
Same, but then you had these ticket men who would shout, "Oh, the train's moving!" Rather than because it was old times. I'm talking about the 90s.
Yeah,
exactly. It was in the 90s. So
I bet you people that are listening from America are hearing that and thinking it's something off Hogwarts.
Yeah, exactly.
Hagrid at the platform.
Sort of, probably could be. I don't know.
Do you know what I mean? That's how. It's amazing how much when I always went travelling, how much people thought the misconceptions of the UK. It's hilarious. Or what they do is there's things that we say that Americans don't say. So like we say bits and bobs, and that's very normal to us to say. Oh, I've got a few bits and bobs to do. And I remember I was in the car and they go, "Oh, bits and bobs," and then I'm like, "Oh, Jesus!" and like.
It's like, what the hell, like, man?
Again, we hear proper posh people, but we sound so posh to them because we're just from England.
Yeah, that's true.
Because we say can't, not can.
Can't.
Yeah, you know how they
can't.
Yeah, and it's crazy to us that's... Anyway, so it was so funny. What else have I put down? Oh, yeah, we're going to Sweden, aren't we, next month?
Yeah, that's right. Well, it's in a few weeks actually.
Oh yeah, probably the next time I'll see you.
Yeah, so that'll be a nice experience as well.
What are we doing there, Duan?
Yeah, well, engagement party. So we'll see how it goes.
Are we saying whose engagement party?
Well, I mean, if she wants it.
Yeah. Fair enough.
But I mean, it'll be a nice experience. Hopefully, when you come over, we'll obviously go to Stockholm and see the nice bits there.
Yeah.
So it'll be a nice experience. It's only a few weeks away, isn't it? From now.
3 weeks.
20th
so
of October.
This week coming will be the something.
So 19
or other.
days from now will be.
So 3 weeks, and I'll be back. Well, yeah, because. Well, I'll plan to stay. If I'll come stay at one of my friends that lives around the corner, I'll go stay at his house the night before. I've booked it off anyway.
Oh, you
for
booked
work.
the place? Okay, yeah.
I've said I need that 2 days off. Yeah. Then I'll come back to London.
Yeah.
So I'll go back to Leicester.
Yeah.
So yeah, one thing as well is I've put down here was have we got any deep, because we were both on student council together at university. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Like that seems like so long ago, doesn't it?
Yeah, that is a long
And
ago,
it wasn't. It was only how many years? We were 20. Was it
2014?
2014
to 2015.
That was only 3-4 years ago, man.
Yeah.
That feels like at least 8.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
It feels a long time ago.
Yeah. It was a really good experience that as well. I mean, there were some funny people that took things a bit too far.
Oh yeah. I remember the person that kept bringing up. He put his hand up. Yep, you again. And he was just that guy that everybody goes, oh jeez, he's speaking again. I think we're talking about the big guy, right?
If you want to do his accent,
he's a big guy. No, I'm not doing that.
The funny accent.
Yeah, the funniest,
and with
weirdest.
The beer in his hand as well, like a pint.
Yeah, and he smokes like crazy. Do you remember? We'd smoking anyway.
Yeah.
So as soon as he spake, everybody would go either. Everybody would start laughing because he's just got this incredible accent. Should we do it? Hello, how are you? You've got to hear it. Did I tell you I met him in a club once?
Oh, is it?
Yeah. After you left, I was out with my other friends.
Yeah.
And I see him in the club. I go, and he's a big guy.
Yeah.
So I saw him and went, hello, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
And he started talking politics. It's midnight. I'm drunk in a club, and you're trying to tell me about the BNP.
Bloody hell.
What are you doing? And the old Conservative government. I'm like, there is a time and a place for this.
Exactly.
It's not now.
Exactly. That's hilarious.
I remember seeing him going, why are you here now? And also, by the time I left the conversation, I was more sober.
Yeah.
Genuinely. And it was only like for 2 minutes.
Brain cells came back to life.
Yeah, big time. Student council. I remember I used to organise Laser Quest.
Yeah, that was it. Laser Quest.
That's something that I used to do. I've always done that, haven't I? I've always tried to have get-togethers.
Yeah,
that's just me trying to socialise and meet new people.
It's nice to socialise, isn't it? Try and it brings the best out of people as well. It's such events like that,
especially at student council where it was so. I won't say it was intense, but it was so politics and this is what this council thinks.
You had to focus and think quite a lot and try and think out of the side of the box. Where Laser Quest, you're just having fun.
Yeah, and
running around and chasing. Where are you? Let me shoot at you.
Yeah. And I remember that year because I did that stuff for student council. You got nominated for a damn student council of the year award.
Yeah, I couldn't believe. I didn't even know how I got that. I honestly don't know how I got that.
I was happy
for
you.
Femi to pick it up.
Because I went as my other friend's +1, and I sat on her table. And their table was so boring. And I came and sat with you. Do you remember?
Yeah.
And that's where I met the other girl who ended up being my deputy faculty chair.
No, that's right. Yeah.
That's crazy that happened. And she brought her sister, and her sister was
kind of tree, basically, isn't it? From what branch to what branch.
So I don't know if I told you, that girl, the DFC girl, I went to her graduation party.
Right, yeah.
In 2016, yeah. So I went there. So I went with, had a load of food, relaxed. It was really good, but... It was just after the graduation that we went. Right, yeah. So I was tired. I literally went home, got changed, and then was straight back out again. Yeah. And we're still we keep in contact, and it's amazing if you want to keep in. There's certain people that you want. You'll go. Yeah, I don't ever want to speak to you again. Not that you're a bad person, but we just don't need to speak. And other people that you're like, yeah, we'll keep in contact with. I think if you live with somebody, that happens a lot as well.
I tend to not to, think about, I might not speak to them or I might speak to them, because you never know. You might bump into each other in the future. Oh, I still got your contact.
Yeah, I get you. No, but I mean, on Facebook,
right?
You'll have them, and that for me is enough.
Yeah.
But I can just.
I see. Yeah.
So I don't need. I just need to. If I see you in the street, I'll come out of the street. Oh, how you doing?
Yeah,
I'm not going to ignore you, but I don't
same.
need to see what you're doing day to day. Because especially a lot of that is on social media, where you seeing somebody post stuff, and that's awesome. But I don't need to see it.
Yeah, there are certain things that no one needs to see that the person really.
Because I think we don't use social media. You don't even have a Facebook anymore.
No, I've deleted mine.
Yeah. Which is
all these security problems and all these hacking problems. I just said, I don't even use it personally. It's because I don't use it anymore.
It makes sense.
And there's always, just like you said, there are posts that you don't want to see. There's always negative things rather than positive on Facebook. So I just thought, what's the point? I've got Instagram.
Yeah.
I think that's enough.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That sounds good. Because I know that there's definitely... The only reason why I've got it is because we've got our fan chat on 100% LCFC, so I'm part of that now. So it's just with family members. That's the reason why I kept it clean as well.
Yeah.
Because with family...
You always have to,
you have to have a different...
Yeah,
and also that... You know what some family members are like with aunties that go, oh, I've seen what Neil's been posting. So he went on a night out. Yeah, but he should be studying. But it's fresh. My mum and dad aren't the problem, but there are other people in the family that will see and go. And it's crazy that I went to it's a bit of a morbid thing, but I went to a funeral and I didn't see somebody that I've not seen in 12 years, but I know of them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and she said to me, and she's 60, bearing in mind, she goes, "Oh my God, I've seen you grow up on Facebook. How tall you?" But it's I'm like, what? Because obviously my mum's been posting photos about, and she's so proud, and that's fine. That's what she wants to do. But it's the fact that she said it to me in person. She goes, "Oh, I've seen you grow up on Facebook." And I went,
rather than,
"Oh, that's weird."
It's weird now, isn't it? That back in the days, it used to be, "Oh, look how tall you've gone," but now it's I've seen how tall you've gone from Facebook or some WhatsApp or Snapchat or something, rather than actual real life. Now, the internet is such a big thing,
and especially Facebook. I don't know if your dad's generation and stuff, they have it.
They my dad's generation. That's right.
They've come in the last 5 years and taken over Facebook. So that's why I think a lot of the young people are going, "Yeah, I'm leaving." Especially since I've got by the way, you should follow me, and I am Mysterium, which is my Twitter and Instagram handle. Anyway, little plug there, but you do what you can.
Just do what you can.
So I've got Instagram. I'm using it properly. I realize how diverse a tool it is and how much you can get out to people. And I was telling you earlier about, I've just put up a couple of concerts and stuff that I've really appreciated, and people have replied. San Holo, Snails, Delta Heavy. Yeah. Who else was there? Danik. I thought he was Danny C. And Marco told me that it was Danik.
Oh, Danik.
I went, it's actually pronounced Danik. I just thought it was Danny C.
That's
like Andy C.
Yeah.
But no, it's apparently Danik. Anyway. Because I was watching there's Laid Back Luke has a YouTube channel, and they were just talking about Hardwell went into retirement.
Oh yeah.
So
it's crazy.
So Laid Back Luke
one of the best DJs in the world, I would say.
He was most popular, but I think what he did is he loved music so much that he's not retired forever. He's just saying, I need a break, because he didn't stop for 3 years of traveling,
very similar
touring,
to Avicii as well, isn't it? He didn't stop, and then all of a sudden, and bear in mind, because they drink as well, and all these stuff that they take, that kind of, they do need that sort of psychological rest, just for their mind, for their body,
and especially when you work for yourself.
Yeah.
I've realised this with this YouTube channel, and with you have to learn to shut off, and have time away from everything, away from social media, because everything follows us now. So with this job, I can take this podcast wherever I go. So I'm always in the back of my head, this cog is turning. Going, if I'm going to meet somebody, do you want to record a podcast? And if they say no, that's cool. We relax, we turn off, and with our phones, we've got social media. We can access that and message people constantly.
Exactly.
And there's always a source of entertainment there. So so imagine how much stuff they have to do. So they have to tour as well as touring, post on social media, produce all the songs, promote the songs, and the travel. There's so much to do.
It's too much stuff, exactly.
So as much as there's a good side as well as a bad at the same time.
Yeah. But at least, just like what you're doing, for example, just once a week a post.
Yeah.
It's just probably enough. And then you have, that rest or relax or work that you have to do for yourself within the week. Time for yourself as well. And then after that, you can do a podcast recording and then post it online. That's about it. And then, you're all ready for the upcoming big week, basically.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
But it's because especially when you work for yourself, there is no 9 to 5.
There is, yeah.
It's just whenever you feel like doing. And I've realized this sometimes. When I was up 2 days ago, I had this thing where I just couldn't get to sleep. So I was like, right, well, if I can't get to sleep, I tried for 45 minutes. I got up and just started producing music at like 11 o'clock at night.
11 o'clock, yeah.
So I went till 5 in the morning until I felt tired. And bearing in mind, I didn't drink any caffeine. I just didn't feel tired, so I just kept going.
It's something that you enjoyed, isn't it? That's probably why that excitement was so high up.
But when it comes to your career, you're financially dependent on it. So you have a different relationship than when it's a hobby. Even though you want your hobby to be your career, if we had the option.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Do you know? I was thinking about this one day. Next season, would you like to do like a football podcast or something like that? Or where we go over the...
we could actually, just... Because we always have, clubs, just specific club podcasts, but we don't have one where it's, from what I've seen, I probably am wrong, there probably is, but one that's specific just for the league. Or we could talk about, La Liga, we could talk about Serie A, we could talk about Premier League. We don't... Yeah,
I only know about really Leicester, but...
Yeah.
I mean, if we
watch nearly all of them.
But if we just go over match of the day and just talk, I was thinking that the other day. I was like, well, we could talk, we could get some other people on. Well, we need to get
talk
a
about
podcast
tactics
first
and stuff. What will the mistakes
or
of
even
players?
Or even like at the beginning of the season, we could do a who do you think is going to get relegated? Who do you think is going to be first? And we just talk about it and like have a graphic of we both.
We could even do it now, actually.
Yeah, but if season starts...
Well, yeah,
I mean for next season, for example, imagine if we have and we invite some friends on or whatever, and say, for example, 3 teams will get relegated this year, 3 teams will come up, and depending on the transfer window and stuff like that, we'll get a sheet and we'll say, okay, who have you got 20th? Okay, I've got this. And we'll have that conversation.
Exactly, yeah.
And it's
and then we
could
like just football. Do some sort of like, we'll have our predictions, and then, we could do some sort of like, what's the word? Pick a team out of the hat of who we're going to support, basically.
Maybe we could do.
Yeah.
For me, there was like...
From outside leagues, not just the Premier League, because we'll concentrate on the Premier League, obviously, but then outside leagues, we could have leagues of Serie A. We have all the teams from that league, let's say, and then we'll take a team out of the hat, and this is the team we need to concentrate on to have information for the next podcast.
Maybe. Well,
it'll be something interesting, isn't it?
Well, and this comes up because at the moment I'm on like 25 subscribers. I've got like, that was it. It was I got 30 views in a day, so I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my god, yeah. There'll be, and what I'm trying to do is I'm going to try and look at the number of views and the number of things we've got at the moment. And at the end of the podcast, I just say I'm on this amount of subscribers and this amount of views, not to try and show off, because at the moment 25 subscribers is nothing. That's not even a classroom. Do you know what I mean? But it's nothing. But it's just to show.
I mean, it
progression.
is kind of a classroom because
25.
I had
30,
only
right?
5 students in my master's program, so
I mean, like,
so
primary school, secondary school, 30 kids, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there were loads. Bloody hell.
Who was I saying this to? I was saying this to my housemate. That we met somebody that did the same degree as us, and when I said when I graduated, it was 3 of us, and we came because we did computers, networks, and communication technology, and we were the last year. I think you did hardware, software, right?
Hardware, yeah.
So you did different, like similar. We did 80% of our degree was the same.
I mean, we would do same modules actually at times. Yes.
For whole first year was the same. I think second year, I think 80% was the same.
2 modules was different.
Yeah, and then
the
third
other 4
year
was the same.
Well, yeah, because I did part of my third year then, and so it was a bit different. But then they got rid of the course.
But we still had similar modules as well.
Yeah.
Because Friday, I remember the 9 a.m. start, we had networking or something.
I can't remember.
Yeah, networking and architect. I can't remember what the name of the module was.
That was Tuesday, wasn't it?
No, Friday. Because I remember we had to wake up and then we had the weekend.
Oh, yeah, because we had 3 hours. And
3
sometimes
hours,
I wouldn't go in for it. I was like, I want a 3-day weekend. Yeah, I can't remember that too much. We had a network architecture for 3 hours or something.
Something like that, yeah. It was really long. That was it.
Okay.
Because the Tuesday you had the in-class, what do you call it, tutorial, was it? Or
with the crazy Greek
practical
teacher.
Yeah, that's it.
Today, students, we will learn about this. And you went, okay. And look out for rabbit. When you see a rabbit, it means screen is coming. It means you have to remember this slide. Okay. But it was a weird energy in that class. Because he wanted to enjoy it, but I don't know, there was something, I think the Chinese students didn't understand because his accent was so thick and because his humor was so English. They went, "Why are you making jokes? I'm here to learn."
I'm paying money for this class.
You think this is a joke? You think this is a joke? It's not a joke. My education is not a joke. If I come out with a second, I'm going to sue you. But we used to do a lot that we did. Oh yeah, that's one thing we did as well. The multi-sports.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So we met a lot of people.
Once a week. It was on a Monday or on a Tuesday. I can't remember, but
Monday, I think.
Something like that. Yeah, every late. I can't remember 7 to 10, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, we did for 2 hours, and then that walk home was a long walk home.
Yeah, it was a long walk. Because
it was like 40 minutes or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
And those uni student days, we didn't have a car or anything, and also it was like 10 o'clock at night, and it was cold. But we had a nice talk, and we met some good people, I think, there as well.
Definitely, yeah.
But it's just about, as well, just when you try to meet new people, obviously with this job, I'll be traveling around the country a lot as well. So I'm going to try find ways to meet people as I go and kind of have friends all over the country. In the same way that in London, I've got friends now that are all over, and from traveling all over Europe.
Yeah.
But sometimes just from being in London, because a lot of people, they come to London, they do their 2-3 years, similar to me, and then they leave. That's right. So I've got friends that are in other countries like Italy and Spain and Germany. So it's good fun, but when I'm traveling, I want to make friends up in Scotland, and it's easier than doing it in London, I believe. Maybe, because London there's so many people that you don't have to pay as much attention to them. So if I'm going to a small village, it's literally, some of them might be small villages.
Yeah.
I'll just try and, oh, hello, how are you? Pop into the pub. You remember how I've got to take, if we ever go again, we'll go Western Supermare. Right, it was so friendly. West Country is so nice.
Yeah.
When nature is beautiful, the people are so nice, and you just talk to them, and they just, I remember one time we popped into a pub, and the guy was sitting there. Goes, "Oh, you're not from around here, are you?" He goes, "Oh, actually, bartender, can you try one of these? This is one of our locals." And this guy's just sitting there at the pub.
Yeah.
And so he's like, "Oh, okay." So we started talking to him, and he's like, "Oh, well, have a good evening." And then we just moved on. But them kind of connections, it's really awesome to have.
Yeah, exactly. And you're at least trying something new in that pub as well.
Yeah, there's local. Wherever you're going, you want to try the local food.
That's right.
Unless it's just terrible. Unless it's like, I'm going to... not even that, I'm going to Scotland.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know any traditional... apart from haggis, which I'm not a fan of.
Yeah.
Like different animals shoved inside a bag.
Shoved in, exactly, yeah.
Well, I guess that's what all of our stuff is nowadays. You think about it with Iceland prep meals, with chicken. Oh, with chicken nuggets. What's that? It's just different animals blended up and thrown into a nugget and deep fried. That doesn't sound good.
Doesn't sound right, but it tastes good. You know, you can forget about how it was made.
Have you had chicken nuggets recently, by the way? Like, since you were... Because when you were a child, they're like the best thing. It was
about a month ago, probably last time.
They don't taste as good as they did as a child, do they?
I don't know, you know. I remember when I was a child, I used to love them to bits.
I did as well.
I would watch TV, and then my mum would grill some sort of what do you call it, chicken nuggets.
I mean, from McDonald's, like the
McDonald's as well. But yeah,
but I remember them taking so much better as a child.
I don't know. don't know what it could have been. Did we have more taste buds then, or when we were younger?
Dewan facts is this? Dewan's theories.
Yeah,
I don't know. But no, there was. What else? There's been so much stuff we've done in London. It's genuinely, since I've been here, like I was saying, I don't regret regret being here. It's been part of my development, part of my change. And if you want to do things in life that make your life special and make your life not worthwhile, but you've got to put yourself out there. Like when I moved here, it only took me 10 days before I got the job, and it's the same thing again. I'm moving out, but so many things I had to just drop and then go. But if I want it to keep moving and again, I've got no responsibilities, especially moving back to my parents. They'll take care of most of the stuff. I know that I'll be coming home and I'll just be like, Mum, send me a shopping list. I'll go and get the shopping. That'll be my and then just that'll be it, and just help her out. For the moment, my dad's away working, my brother and sister at uni, so it's just me at the moment. Me and my mum.
Quiet at home, isn't it?
Yeah,
to what you were used to.
She's going, oh, how's it going? Blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
But so it's quiet at the moment, but it is what it is. But the reason I'm not moving back to Leicester, because like both my best friends in Leicester, they're both not even in Leicester anymore.
Yeah.
One's in Nottingham, one's in Sheffield. So they won't be here anyway. You know?
Yeah. It'll be good though. Hopefully.
So it'll be so I'm looking forward to it. But again, it's about like when I went travelling, I think I told you just before I booked it, I was like, do you want to come with me?
Yeah.
Because did you have a job at the time? I think you had a job at the time.
When was this?
April, March?
Yeah. I was working, at that time.
Yeah, because I said to you, do you want to come?
Yeah.
And you were like, I think it's because you couldn't get time off work, and that's fine. But if that happens again,
no, we'll definitely
we'll go. Yeah, I'm telling you, it was such a good experience.
Traveling all around the world is amazing.
£800.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
It's fantastic.
It's pretty good, and it's so nice down there. And who was I saying? Oh no, it was the guy that we met at my leaving drinks. He was from Philippines.
Yeah.
He was telling me how cheap and stuff it was. But yeah, the taxis. How to not get ripped off. But who was I saying this? I don't know if you were there when I was saying this to that Indian girl as well. I was saying I like the way they do it in the Philippines. You still have to haggle. You still have to go, no. They say 100, you say 20. They say 85, you say 20. And you go until you get like a sweet spot between them. And they'll still rip you off because you're a tourist. But the difference between like India and the Philippines and Indonesia is if you haggle with them, and for example, it's say you pay 60. And you give them 100 note, they won't say, sorry, I've not got any change. In India, they will say, sorry, I haven't got change. I'll just take the 100. So in Philip, they'll go, okay, even though you're giving me 100, here's the 40 back. Yeah. They are they'll rip you off righteously. They'll rip you off, but they'll be they won't go the long way round to get to somewhere. They won't trick you, if that makes sense. They'll just say, this is the price, this is how much it is. Even if it's a rip-off, that's what you get charged.
That's what you have to pay, yeah.
So it's just about having your wits about you and stuff like that. And it's honestly, it was brilliant. But there definitely will be, well, I'll see you in 3 weeks for going to Sweden.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see how it goes there. So we'll definitely go Stockholm. Travel there. Again?
We'll
go just me and you, innit?
We'll go other places.
We're there for a few nights, isn't it? So
I'm there for 4 days, I think. So you're going before, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly. Just to sort out the venue and that.
Yeah.
So, it'll be nice. It'll be really good. So,
but
probably end it off with who do you think is going to win the title and who do you think is going to get
relegated? We're talking about football again.
Yeah, let's just finish off with that.
I don't know. It's open. It's really good. It's open.
Yeah, it's
left it open. But with what I wanted to end on rather than that. Well, okay. First of all, who do you think? You still think Liverpool are going to win?
I think it's probably going to be Chelsea.
You think?
Yeah. Which is shocking, isn't it? Like I was hoping for Liverpool versus City, but Liverpool kind of showed their weakness.
Really?
Yeah, against Chelsea.
Well,
they were the best
Man
side.
City next week, so that will be then all three will have played the challenges.
Yeah, but we got City. If we beat City, then probably we've got the quality to win it. But I was disappointed that Liverpool didn't beat Chelsea, especially with the chances they had. and then there's a bit of inexperience with the right back and Gomez. They still played amazingly well. They are fantastic,
sick.
But there were moments where Hazard was going through on time. I mean, it is Hazard, obviously, but at the same time, there was Trent is arguing with the linesman while play is going. Yeah. You don't do that. You need that experience to say, look,
he's
okay,
19, man.
Yeah, I know.
What did we know at 19? That's where I think of.
It is amazing. I mean, you got people like Mbappe, who's 17,
but he's world class. He's one of a generation, and he's still coming into his prime. I mean, like Joe Gomez is how young.
I mean, they are fantastic. They
unbelievable,
fantastically well this season.
I remember when they played against us, and they just cleaned up.
They just need to wake up a bit at times.
Yeah, but you got to look at them. They're playing at one of the best teams in the world, and they are teenagers. What the hell were we doing at teenagers?
Yeah, studying.
This is what people forget. They're slating them, but at the same time, these people.
I wouldn't slate them. No,
but you know what I mean.
Slate. I mean, they're doing hard work, and
I'll show you. One of the guys at the moment, he got really frustrated. Part of our fan group on 100% LCFC, he got so frustrated. I'll try and find because this guy was. Let me find the note.
What were they frustrated?
Somebody tweeted. So he tweeted along the lines of the top tweet about we're not doing that. We're 7th and we're a decent position, but he's going all this stuff, and I'm there going, and he goes, what a lot of crap, and he's getting really frustrated. We have utter twats as fans, as he said. Yeah. But the reason why is because I've been supporting Leicester from day one, since I can remember. I've been supporting Leicester. So we've seen them grow from a football club that nobody knows about, from a Championship League One team, all the way up to a mid-table Championship team, to now that we're 7th. We won the league. It's crazy. So along the way, because you become famous, because you have such a high, people will only remember you for that, and people will join you in the same way that, like, if you have a number 1 hit song, people will jump on board and say, I'm a fan of this person. And even when you come down, people go, why not good as that number 1? People will always criticize it. So even then, we're doing as well as we could. And also,
we could have been Manchester United with all the
we could have.
They're going through.
But also, what was I going to say?
I mean, the thing that's a bit
people are just
annoying for me. I mean, for Liverpool is the front three still haven't performed well. It's just the midfielders and defence and the keeper.
Man.
I mean, they're trying. I'm not saying they're not trying, but their decision making at the last third is not quite there as last season.
Look, as a fan, I'm telling you, the opportunities have been created. The intention is there. That is because I look at it from a very different perspective, because I support a lower team. So I need to know, as long as you put everything into the game, which Liverpool are doing, the confidence and that will come. You've just got to have faith.
There is a chance of Salah getting back to his wicked finishing.
I was saying this to the housemate as well. He came from such a high that the same problem with Salah. Perfect example. Nobody really expected anything for him to come back to the Premier League, and he blew everyone away. Now, 40 goals in a season, with a handful of, a lot of assists.
Ridiculous amount,
Name a player that's had a better Premier League start than him. There isn't.
It was his second spell in the Premier League, you could say, but it's a bit funny, isn't it, that Chelsea had players like De Bruyne, Salah, Lukaku, and then this is what happened to them. They went to other clubs and tend to do better. I don't know if it's the manager.
It's just the amount of players they have as well. They're going to, obviously, if you have that many players, you're going to drop a few absolute goal mines that you don't see. But another thing I wanted to touch on was, like, I see it from a different perspective, because I grew up, as long as if I want to, I don't expect my team to win every match. I expect my team to just put in a good effort, and that's all I can ask for. That's all I can ask for. And there's some kind of mentality from the manager. But I'm saying, so when some people join, Salah's a perfect example where he had such a good season, and then he still scored like 4 or 5 goals this season.
He scored, I think, 44.
But I mean, this season he scored 4. Oh,
he still got.
That's still a good record. People aren't talking about Lukaku like that. Hazard's the only.
No, his stats are very similar to last season. Yeah. Just his conversion rate, I think, has gone down, if I remember.
Yeah, but still, that's still.
There's just good moments that against Leicester, I don't know if you remember, he missed a sitter.
Yeah.
Against Brighton, I think as well.
Yeah, but that's
against
just
PSG, gave the ball away a few times, which again led to their equaliser.
It's fine.
So we had to take him off. I mean, Shaqiri's been playing well.
Yeah, but it's
Sturridge. That goal he scored was just phenomenal.
But I think,
we know that he's got that finishing.
He's creating the opportunity. Look at him compared to Hazard of 2 seasons ago when we won the league. Hazard was dead. He was out of the water. Nobody knew who he was. Literally, he just disappeared from the game. Salah's not doing that. He's continuing, and you got to look at it a bit more back. He's still creating the chances. He's still getting into positions. He's not saying, "Well, that's it. I'm giving up." He's still there.
Yeah, he's still trying. I appreciate that exactly. That he is trying. He's trying to get into the right places.
And what it will happen, he'll come at a time when Liverpool will need him. At the moment, Mane and Firmino and the midfield is they're supporting it, and you're winning. So maybe you're not winning 4-5-0. You're winning 2, but that's all that matters.
I mean, the 3 points is the main thing. But then when we lost at Anfield, I'm not sure if it was Mignolet, he was in goal, but then Alberto Moreno.
Yeah, but you've got rid of them players now.
They're still there because they play.
Yeah, but they're not there.
They're not in the Premier League. They're not in the first 11. Yeah, and when I kind of saw them play, it was remind me of where we've gone from then to now, and
it's amazing,
a huge difference. Yeah, exactly. And
in the same way with Leicester, nobody expected them to win the league, but we went up like exponentially with all these players that came straight up. And so people that we're 7th position, if you gave me this 10 years ago, that we'd be 7th with a international, because I remember Leicester having like 1 or 2 players that were international players. Now literally every single player is an international player that starts for Leicester and on the bench.
As well, isn't it?
Nigeria, Portugal, we've got 2, Denmark, we've got 1, England, we've got maybe 4 in the next World Cup with Damari Gray, Ben Chilwell, James Maddison, and Harry Maguire. So we've got a talent, and we've got Kelechi Iheanacho, Ndidi, Musa's gone.
And you guys won in the weekend against Newcastle?
We won 2-0. And it was a nice victory, but I'm saying it's good to remember. I remember where we come from, where we were playing. Also, when I first went to games, I remember losing so many and just playing well but losing, and managers that had not a clue what they're doing. Genuinely just terrible managers.
Sven-Göran Eriksson, didn't he?
Sven was one of our. Sven just didn't. It
was just his name, wasn't it? The fact that he managed England,
and he was coming in with the England manager hype. So we've had like Craig Levine I remember just a guy that you'd see him on the touchline and he just wouldn't know what he was doing, and you just went this guy every time.
So I think the first time when I started watching Liverpool, I think Leicester were in the Premier League.
2003, 2004, we were in
before
the Premier League.
Weren't you?
98, maybe. I don't remember football then, but I think under Martin O'Neill.
I think it was Martin O'Neill's manager. Yeah.
So Heskey. Yeah, that was
that's when we bought Heskey and Michael Owen, and we had them guys playing. And
this is what's also about Leicester. Leicester's players have always become successes somewhere else. Yeah. So you look at the Heskeys, your Linekers.
Because you guys had Gary McAllister, didn't you? I think he did.
I think so. I don't know. I genuinely don't know.
He did. I don't know. I can't remember.
But anyway, we used to have a decent squad, and we've come through a rut of just going generic, and now we're back in the top flight. It's nice, but eventually, what will happen? Hopefully, the owners don't sell us or anything. We'll become a championship team, and I'll still support them the same.
Yeah.
Some people are plastic and they'll come in and come out, but a lot of the plastic fans aren't. They'll say things, and you're just like, it's just, why have you? They're still calling. People are calling for the manager's head in 7th position, and it's just silly. Anyway, I just wanted to end up because it's coming up to about an hour. An hour 10 already. Yeah. But I wanted to say thank you, man, for all the experience we've had.
No, thank you.
We're definitely going to do. It's not the last time you're coming on the podcast for sure.
London's going to miss you, man.
I'm going to miss you. What are you talking about? And well, we should keep in contact like once a month. I think if you come to me, I'll have a car, so I'll be able to come down to here, or we'll try and meet up.
Yeah. And we can also do hopefully, in Sweden we can do a podcast.
And hopefully you can come to Rampage in March.
Rampage, yeah.
So you'll finally meet Marco, my friend Marco. And if you're listening, Marco, much love. Hope everything's going well in Denmark. Yeah.
Fantastic.
So, is there anything else you want to say to the people before you leave?
Oh no, but thank you ever so much for having me here and take part in this podcast. It was nice, and hopefully everyone enjoys listening to it. And I was going to mention that we just had the Kurdistan election.
Oh yes, so carry on.
So the main party's got quite a lot of votes. I think it's gone over 500,000, and they're trying to get the presidency sorted for Iraq, because it has to be a Kurdish person candidate. They're just trying to sort out the candidates and then go through a voting stage and from the government to vote for who they want the candidate to be to take part in the presidency for Iraq. So we'll see. Hopefully it's all good for Kurdistan and the Kurdish people. But it's all about Iraq in general. Yeah, the Arabs, the Iraqi people, and the Kurdish citizens. So hopefully they get together, sort it out, and good future for the Kurds.
Sounds good, man.
Yeah, so we'll see how it goes.
So anyway, thank you everybody
thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. I'm just going to end on, that's one thing I want to end on. I don't know how many views we've got, but we've got 25 subscribers. I've gained 3 subscribers. So
but,
it's something.
It would be nice if everybody could also, give opinions on
if you guys could let me know via my Facebook, via YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. God, I got so many ways of communicating with you. Comments. God, there is, and you think about how many ways.
The FBI is behind you now, isn't it? They know what you're doing.
What are they going to do? Arrest me for talking about Leicester? It's genuinely.
Yeah.
I'm really not that controversial, I am sometimes, but like this, I've keep it tame for now. Maybe when I get more confident and how much I could put out there, especially with working, because I don't want this to affect my job as well, because that's the only thing. Talking about politics and stuff is fine, but again, if we do something that breaches our company, because maybe they don't want us
to give information.
And I won't talk about the company specifically, but again, if this is going to have an impact on my job and like my full-time work, I'm going to kind of refrain from it, if that makes sense. So anyway, I'm 25 subscribers. Think about 1,647 views. I'm going to remember. I've not looked at my laptop yet, but it's coming. It's coming every day, little bit by little bit, and that's what we're going to do. Anyway, I'd like to thank Dewan again. Everybody like, share, all your good stuff, and I'll speak to you in the next podcast. Bye-bye.